Yeah, tournament nutrition is probably no different than your just weekly daily nutrition. But there's so much information online as far as there's calculators you can type in how many grams of protein you need and yada yada yada. The only trick that I have, and this is, and your athletes should go to YouTube and type Purler Wrestling, and go to the playlist on weight loss, because in jiu-jitsu and wrestling we have to sweat off weight, right? And I've got a couple videos there. Change your whole career. Check it out. But now, as far as the nutrition, this is something I started doing in the late 80s when I was in high school. So we know we have protein shakes, right? Which are still very, very important. Well, there's also complex carbohydrate powder. It doesn't weigh anything. And so if you're close to weight, you can't eat 3 pounds of spaghetti, but you need those carbohydrates, don't you? So guess what? When, let's say, I can put 2 pounds back on tonight. Okay, so I have, maybe some electrolyte drink. Maybe there's a little bit of Gatorade in there for taste, a bunch of water, and I put 3 scoops of complex carbohydrate powder. So maybe I'm going to eat like a half a bagel with butter, and I'm going to be able to drink this, 2 pounds of fluid. Okay. Or maybe I am better yet, I make a protein shake. So now I get 60 grams of protein. There's some calories and sugar in the milk. There's obviously liquid in the milk, which is going to help to rehydrate me a little bit. But I put 3 scoops of complex carbohydrate powder in there. See, now I didn't have to eat 3 pounds of spaghetti, and I only put like half of an ounce on, because the complex carbohydrate powder doesn't weigh anything. And I drank this protein shake, had half a toasted bagel with some butter, and I've only gained, 2 pounds or 1.5 pounds back, and I put 70 grams of carbohydrates and 60 grams of protein in my system, maybe 800 calories. So the only kind of hack or trick that I have from a nutritional standpoint would be that, and maybe some electrolyte tablets. Now you got to be very careful. You can't overdo the electrolyte, so follow the label. But usually when we're pulling down for that final weigh-in, you want to make sure that you're having some kind of an electrolyte supplement. But that and complex carbohydrate powder, along with your protein shake, is tremendous. And as far as competition day, now you have to compete on a pretty much an empty stomach, a relatively empty. Why is that? Well, because your body's number one priority is to dissipate heat. And when you're competing on a wrestling mat or in jiu-jitsu, especially with a gi, or it's a hot environment, there's a lot of heat. And so it takes a lot of blood to digest food. So your body says, we got to circulate blood quickly, not just to deliver oxygen and to collect CO2, but also to dissipate this heat. It's like a radiator fluid circulating your engine. So your body pulls all the blood away from your stomach, and your brain says, what are we going to do with this? There you go, you just threw up. That's why that happens. So when I say, or the experts say, you're supposed to compete on a somewhat empty stomach, that is why. So when you're at a tournament, you can't eat much. So you're sipping or drinking some fluid all day long. Why not put a few scoops of complex carbohydrates in there, so that, now obviously if I have like 4 hours until my finals match or my next bout, well, then I'm going to eat something, right? But if I don't, I still need those complex carbohydrates. So complex carbohydrate powder is really a go-to for us. And that's something that you can get on Amazon. Don't be picky, in my opinion. I think we just spent for my nephew like $38, and there's like 80 servings, right? And he doesn't take this during the day, only when he's pulling down, like the last 3 days before weigh-ins and tournament day. So you're going to use like, just 8 scoops, a week. So you pretty much got a 3 month supply for $38. So it's super affordable. But that would be my nutrition competition advice / hack that you're going to really feel the difference there. So that would be it.